Let's start with the numbers. What is Batumi? It's a city in the Georgian region of Adjara on the Black Sea coast. The main source of income is tourism, so there's a lot of real estate here. I've been studying it for 6 years now, and this is the 5th version of the real estate video here. According to the signs, the city limits are spaced 8 kilometers apart from each other along the sea. Batumi is only 3 kilometers deep at its farthest point. So, almost any area of Batumi has an apartment with a beautiful panoramic view of the sea. Batumi's population is indecipherable. It's a small city on one hand, but it's not exactly tiny either. There's no subway or major transportation hubs, and because of the serious construction boom, there are issues with traffic jams. Batumi's main advantage is that everything you need for life is within walking distance, and you can walk the entire city in just a couple of hours. And of course, the sea, although it's better to swim outside the city limits. About the districts, Boni and Boni Township. These are the areas that are situated above Batumi's seaport behind the railway. Locals live there. Most of the houses are private buildings from different years. Recently, economy class buildings with minimal construction quality, but cheap in price, have begun to appear. Local residents mainly buy apartments there. The distinguishing feature of real estate there is the price. You can't really go to the sea because of the seaport. Old Batumi is divided into two parts. This is Primorsky Park, the second part of the district located behind Pushkin Street. It's called Kaobi. Translated from Georgian, Kaobi means a swamp. Kaobi can be said to be the same as Boni, only farther from the sea. The lower part of the old Batumi is the city's most popular location. The width of this area is about 2.5 kilometers from the Ali Nino statue to the Alley of Heroes. Here is the old town itself with squares cobbled with streets, a huge seaside park, a pioneer park, and much more. Here, the urban environment is the most comfortable. This is the city's hallmark. Housing here is in highest demand, and therefore more expensive than in other parts of the city. Behind Heroes Square, the brewery district begins. By the way, the brewery still operates, producing the famous Bottom beer, a good ordinary lager, which is cheap and always fresh. Primorsky Boulevard narrows in this area compared to the old part of the city, with more chaotic, dense development. New buildings mixed with old 9-story ones. In terms of comfort of life, I would rank this district third. The main advantage of the brewery district is that there are many stores, cafes, and restaurants. Due to the density of buildings, there are even more than in old Batumi, and recently the biggest mall in Batumi has opened here. The cost of living here is cheaper than in old Batumi, but the district looks a little less comfortable. Right after the brewery district is Stepanovka. Stepanovka is similar to Boni in Chaobi. It's an old neighborhood. One special thing here is Batumi's biggest market. Hopa, the last seaside district between the airport and the airplane factory, is Adlia, also known as New Batumi. Some people call this district Metro City. It's Batumi's youngest neighborhood, started less than 10 years ago when the city gave a large area for construction to Metro City Group. Sorry, not 10, less than 15. The complex is well built, housing Georgia's biggest casino, a hotel, and Batumi's second largest shopping center. Additionally, the developer had to renovate the area between the sea and their complex, resulting in Batumi's second seaside park, named after Lech and Kochinsky seas. Adlia's front line is already occupied by large apartment complexes, the largest being White Salz, Metro City, and Batumi Vu. Adlia's entire coastline is built up all the way to the airport. The second line is now mostly being built up, and it'll be possible to live comfortably there in about 5 years. I myself lived on the second line in Adlia, even before the massive construction projects unfolded there. 5 years ago, there was only one complex there. There was a quiet and green private sector around, and it was a 10-minute walk to the park. Now the situation there has changed. There are a lot of construction projects, but the river embankment has been put in order, and the city is rapidly developing in this direction. Behind Metro City in the Guru complex, we bought an apartment in installments for one of our mothers, so now I have a personal discount there, which can be used by any subscriber of the channel. Cheers! About investing. Batumi has a non-linear investment model. The market is young and lacks regulation. This leads to difficulties for investors, which is why there is not such a volume of investment as in the market of the United Arab Emirates. You won't be able to just come and throw a wad of money at the first developer you come across and take your legal $1 million in a couple of years. By the way, where does this happen? I don't know, write in the comments. There will be a reason to explore new markets.